My name is Connor, and I am a member of Colectivo Ixcolibri and a graduate of the University of Pennsylvania with degrees in global health and gender studies. Today, we're going to be talking about sexual violence. Sexual violence is a type of interpersonal violence that can manifest itself verbally or physically. It is defined in different ways depending on the context. Sexual violence may be defined differently in legal, educational, professional, or personal settings. It mainly consists of non-consensual sexual behavior, manipulation, and force. It can include sexual assault or rape, unwanted sexual contact, incest, sexual harassment, or voyeurism. Perpetrators of sexual violence can be anyone from family members, friends, colleagues, or strangers. In fact, most instances of sexual violence aren't inflicted by strangers, but are inflicted by individuals who are familiar to the survivor. This means that oftentimes sexual violence can develop as a pattern or involve conflicting emotions, making it difficult to identify and reckon with. Sexual violence is more common than many people think. The numbers we use to measure it tend to underestimate the incidence, since many cases go unreported due to shame, victim blaming, fear of retaliation, distrust of law enforcement, or PTSD. Estimates vary for how many people experience sexual violence in their lifetimes, but one thing is clear. In all likelihood, we all know at least one survivor or victim of sexual violence. So it's important we all know how to respond to a disclosure. First, it's important to remember that sexual violence isn't the fault of the victim or survivor. When responding to someone's disclosure, here are some tips to help you be the most supportive you can. First, listen without judgment to the survivor and realize the significance of someone trusting you with their story. Don't assume that you know how the person should or would react or what the person should do next. There is no normal reaction to sexual violence. Ideally, the victim survivor will feel empowered and supported in however they decide to respond or proceed. In terms of prevention, we can encourage those around us to speak regularly about consent and healthy relationships in an attempt to be proactive instead of only reactive when it comes to sexual violence. Thank you for your attention.